Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We are looking for betting value from the baseball card Thursday, August 27th. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Well, you must be excited for football season to start, right? You having a good year so far to start football?
Yes, preseason football has been tremendous. Off a 6-2 week 2 as we file this report. We don't have anything pending on the Monday night. It's been a great football season. I cannot wait for college football to kick off.
All right, well, three pitchers that we always talk about in our calls are starting today, and I want to talk about all of them once again: Zack Greinke, Aaron Harang, and Yovani Gallardo. The first one, Greinke against DeSclafani. Now, you know, the last time I thought Greinke had a big road edge against Houston and Scott Kazmir, the Dodgers were a very small favorite, and I bet that one pretty big, and I got burned. I took a loss on that one. Here on paper, it appears to be the same way. Anthony DeSclafani should be pretty vulnerable. Day game at Cincinnati, and Greinke always someone I'm looking to bet on. But, you know, Greinke did give up 2 home runs in his last start. What will the line be here, and what kind of edge do the Dodgers really have? I don't know. What's your take, Joe?
Yeah, well, Anthony DeSclafani from Freehold, New Jersey, he's no Scott Kazmir, so obviously you're going to get a lot back. But what would make me very nervous going with Greinke, and I think it might be a decent risk reward, DeSclafani from Freehold, New Jersey. He's an erratic pitcher. He's capable of, you know, when you least expect it. He does, as they say, have good stuff. And I think he'd be very dangerous as a humongous home dog. So I'm not saying necessarily go with DeSclafani, but I wouldn't lay the big lumber. It's just a little too dangerous.
And then Aaron Harang, right? Joe Duffy, if I had my own, picks website called Loshak Sucks at Capping or something like that, I would be giving my clients a blanket recommendation. Fade Aaron Harang every time out. He did, do okay in his last start. He had a pretty surprisingly good start, but that was at Miami. He also had just 3 strikeouts and 4 walks. He had control issues. And I'm guessing that here against the Mets, he gets hit hard. Jonathan East on the other side is, usually very reliable. I think we love the Mets here, right, Joe?
I would definitely agree with you. I got burned by Harang his last start because I went with the under. I went with the over there. But, Harang, of course, started out the year well. He's made some adjustment. Look, there's a reason he sticks around the major leagues. He's got the ability to make adjustments. Still, the fact that he's off of 1 good start when he's been in just a big stretch of absolute sewage, and Nice has been rock solid. He went in a pretty good stretch himself recently. I would say the Mets have a big pitching advantage.
Yeah, I would think so as well. And then Yovani Gallardo, he's going to be at home, day game against Toronto, and he's actually been kind of decent recently, but in this one, I think he's going to be very vulnerable. Day game at home against that strong Toronto lineup. I'm thinking he might get crushed. He might give up even, might be one of those starts where he goes 3 innings, gives up 8 runs, something like that. Then on the other side, Estrada probably, should be okay, but hasn't been lights out. Probably gives up a few as well. I guess we lean Toronto and the over. What do you think, Joe?
Toronto's done pretty well when Estrada starts. They've won 10 out of his last 14. In the case of Gallardo, even though he's coming off of a pretty good outing, he was able to, as they say, scatter 8 hits over 6 innings, which can get a little bit dangerous. But, yeah, Toronto's done very well with Estrada. They would certainly have the advantage here.
And then Madison Bumgarner returns back home where he has been lights out. This will be a day game against the Cubs. The Cubs can have a good lineup at times, but I think we can expect Bumgarner to have another strong start. And then Dan Herron on the other side, been generally mediocre. Will he be better on the road here at San Francisco? I don't know, but I think we expect another strong start from Bumgarner. What do you think?
Yeah, Herron's been very rough since the trading deadline. He hasn't pitched well at all. Bumgarner, one of the top pitchers in the game, he's been unconscious. 1.42 ERA in the month of August, perfect 4-0. And maybe one of his more amazing statistics, I know this is somewhat of a, as you like to say, peripheral, but 41 strikeouts at just 2 walks. As I said, I do think at times it can be a little bit overrated because I like a guy who can get, a ground ball when he needs it, etc. But he's been dominant. There's no 2 ways about it. I don't know how you can can say anything other than the fact San Fran has a humongous pitching advantage there.
All right. Well, on Thursday, my strongest leans, I'm definitely going to be leaning Mets. And my other strong lean is that Gallardo gets hit hard, so I'm probably going to be leaning both Toronto and the over in that game. Still not sure how I'm going to deal with the Greinke and Bumgarner starts. What else would you like to bring your attention from Thursday, August 27th, Joe?
Well, today's the poster child of why, again, I say that I do handicap offense a lot more than probably 90% of handicappers out there, and that's one of my secrets to my success. And it's a good thing today because I have to say, on my initial looking at it, I didn't see any pitching stuff that jumped out. I guess that's a long answer to no, not really. I don't have anything addition to add for today.
All right. Joe Duffy's website is offshoreinsiders.com. We will be previewing some Week 3 NFL preseason games this week. Right, Joe?
You got it, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Joe.